Hi everyone, this is just a really quick video showing you how you can use Excel if it's been a long time since you've been using it. I've just opened an Excel file which is just a data set that I've drawn off from Twitter tracking the frequency of the hashtag democracy sausage from the election the other week. Now, what I thought I might do is if I highlight all of that, I can just either click and go down or command. So an easy way of doing it is Command Shift and down in Mac. Now I'm going to go to a chart. Now this is time series data, so I'd really like a line chart on that. And we can see here that we have the number of tweets here. It's all very easy. Nice big surge there, but this down here down the bottom, it doesn't really make sense if we say at the 57th observation we had over 1600 tweets. It's not a very useful chart. So if I right click on that and go to select data, okay, we have the entries that I'm using, but I'd like some x-axis that makes sense. So I'm going to date and time and highlighting all of that. Okay, and there we go. So I've got date and time here for these. Actually, it's just coming up with time for some reason, so I could probably put some lines in if I wanted to. Let's see if we can find some. Over here at format, I'm going to insert a shape, just a basic line. So between 10 p.m. and 12 a.m. that must be the date change for that one here. And I'll do another one of those for the next line. Okay, between 12 and 2, that must be the second date. And there's one last one here between 10 p.m. and 12 a.m. Okay, so on this side of the line we have the 29th of June, then we have the 30th of June, 1st of July, and 2nd of July. I might just create a little box there, so it's 2906. And then we have 30th of the 6th. Move it all along. 1st of the 7th. And then election day was the 2nd of the 7th. This is not the most elegant data visualization, but if we're only opening Excel for the first time, that's not too bad. Okay, this title isn't very good. Let's do that again. Let's say number of democracy sausage tweets per hour. And really, most graphs are very much improved by an axis. I'm going to go to chart design, add element. I'm going to add an axis title, I think. I'm going to use a primary horizontal. So I'll double click there, date and time, and I'll insert one for the vertical as well, and that will be the number of tweets. Okay, so that's a very basic line chart. Now, if you're new to using Excel for the first time, just a couple of things. We can create our own variable here. So what if I wanted to do number of tweets squared, just for the heck of it. Okay, so I could press equals, go over to the number of tweets, the caret there, and 2 for squared. Now I don't want to have to plug that in all 73 times. I've got an observation there, so I'll just highlight all of that, Control C and Control V, paste them all in. Now sometimes you may not want to leave a formula in there, because if we change another cell it might change this one. So we can always go to Paste Special if we right click, go to Values and press OK. And then if we page down there, you can see there's no formula left, it's just a number. Now let's try something a bit interesting. Let's try it and see if we can work out, average. Nope, didn't like that. Average. Now if I want to find the average of the number of tweets, I can just go to equals average, open a bracket, highlight the whole thing, close the bracket and press enter, and we have the average number of tweets there. What if we wanted to do the number of tweets less the average? So number of tweets less average. We want to make a variable of that. So I'd go to the number of tweets, minus this average, but that would also move down every time I cut and copied it. So if I just put a $sign before the I and before the 4, then it will always stick with this red cell here. So when the number of tweets is only 1, the number of tweets less the average is minus 227. If we copy that all the way down, we get this variable here, but you can see if I highlight this one over here, we are still picking out the red cell even though we're moving down these numbers here. Now that looks like it might be an interesting graph, possibly. So if we go to insert rather, I want to do another line chart. I'm just particularly fond of line charts. Let's have a look here. I won't do anything special with this one. But you can see here, it doesn't really hover around 0 very much because the average is being pulled out like this. We'll talk about that some more next week. So that's just a very simple introduction to Excel. If it's been a while since you've used it, please feel free to ask me any questions. Have a good night.